Hey Eurovision fans, Windows95man has won UMK and will represent Finland in Eurovision 2024 in Malmö, Sweden. I'm going to check out the live show and give you my analysis of the song No Rules, discuss the lyrics and the meaning of the song, talk about Finland's recent renaissance in Eurovision by looking at their 10-year record. We're also going to check the odds and talk about if this could potentially win, could it do well in the televote, and then we'll see what does the community think about it. So let's kiki. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Tom. I'm an Irish Eurovision analyst and you can find all of this stuff on my Eurovision channel. So the final of UMK happened last Saturday. It was a very exciting affair. I thought it was a very high quality final. 7 songs, all with very distinct identities and all very cool visual packages. In the end, the winner was Windows95man. They had an absolutely gigantic televote. UMK is 75% televote, 25% jury. Despite coming last in the jury, they got 1/3 of the televote, and that was enough to push them up into first place, and they will represent Finland in Eurovision 2024 in Malmö. So I've already done an initial reaction to the music video and the song when I did my original UMK videos. Today I'm going to be reacting to the live show that happened on Saturday night. This video already has 500,000 views on the Eurovision channel. That's the 4th best song. And keep in mind, Raven came out 3 weeks ago, so it's going to overtake Raven pretty quickly. So yeah, this has been something that people have wanted to see a lot. This is Windows95man saying no rules, wanna know my secret? Bang. So this is the second time I've seen this. I watched it on Saturday night. Great opening. He's introducing himself with this egg, so mysterious. What is the egg? The denim egg. This is gonna have people instantly intrigued. They're gonna be grabbed. Who is this man? It's Windows95man. This is such a beautiful opening tableau. And we've got this denim monstrosity outfit, which I love. We've got this 90s beat coming in really soon. People know what the tone of the song is. And the eagle, amazing. I'd like a few more eagles, please. And we have this guy frantically running around. So it's chaos, it's exciting, it's fun. And we see that now he hasn't got any underwear on for some reason. Henry's vocals are really good here. I like his singing. I love the dances as well. That's 90s fashion. Even the hair is 90s. Great energy, chaos, fun, frantic. Good choreography though as well. We're using the walkway, movement to the staging. I love this bit. The producer coming on saying that he can't do this, and he throws it away. Brilliant. I love that we can cut between the two of them as well, so that Windows95man can set up the jokes. His outfit, that denim outfit, is absolutely incredible. And now we have the magic moment. He's found his denim shorts. Makes them like people are gonna go crazy in the arena. I love that he's getting down and crawling. It's such a fever dream. Into the climax song. This will be the recap. Amazing, just amazing. It's just chaotic glory, camp, spinning with it. It's just brilliant. He's gotten his shorts. It's magic. And we've got the clouds and the egg. We've got some choreography, 90s punching. It's just so, it's so hard to process everything that's going on because it is just so frantic, chaotic, just magic. That is such an entertaining performance. My mouth is dry. It's just like trying to talk about it while so much stuff is going on, like 10 different plates spinning. It's like trying to herd cats, watch that and also talk about it at the same time. That 3 minutes flies by as well. This performance is so joyful. It's funny, it's cute, it's whimsical. It's got so many references in it. And there's a lot of effort put into it as well. I'm going to talk later about how some people are quite dismissive of this, but I think that this is a valid entry. So let's first talk about a little bit of the artist to give a context to this. So Windows95man is Demo Case 3, and he's not really like a music artist. He's had 2 EPs, but I think mostly he's a DJ and a visual artist. And you can really see this in the staging that there's really strong visual concept. And then on vocals, we have Henry Biespanen, who's one of the writers of the song. And the story is that they couldn't find someone with the vocal range to sing the high notes. So in the end, Henry said, I'm just going to sing it myself. Or maybe they couldn't find someone who could sing those notes, but also wanted to sing the song and crawl on the ground in a denim jacket. I do think it's interesting that Henry is not credited on the song. Maybe that was the decision that they made, because obviously if it pops up Windows95man on the screen, that's pretty impactful, as opposed to Windows95man featuring Henry. That might seem a little bit less bam. So I wonder, is that a sacrifice that Henry has made? He's willing to forego the attention just to have the name pop a little bit more. If so, I think that's very admirable humility. So you can see Teemu's visual artistry in this, starting with that panned out view of the egg with the lines leading up to it like an airstrip. Instantly there's mystery there. Anyone watching home is like, what is this? What am I watching? Is this something different? And they're going to want to know, what's the egg? What's inside the egg? Opens up and we get Windows95man. That is such a moment that people are just going to be grabbed. Anyone watching at home is going to be like, I am on for this. No toilet breaks, no getting coffee. People will be totally entranced to know what the hell is going on. He says, I am Windows95man, just to clear that up in case you had any confusion. He comes down from the eggs. I like the way that they've done it so that there's 2 of them, so that, for example, when Windows95man is coming down to transition, we cut to Henry and he's doing his vocals, giving the song its melody and giving us the story of the song, if there is a story to the song. And that sets up that Windows95man can come down and have the moment with the producer, which I love. I think it's very difficult to do a joke or a gag and for it to work. But this thing where he goes to the producer and she's like, you can't do this. And he's looking at it very panicked and then throws it away. I thought that was hilarious. I was laughing. Not all jokes are going to work with everyone. There's no universally funny joke. It's going to work with some people. It's not going to work with others. That's fine. But the people who it works with, I think, are going to find this extremely joyful. Then we have some lovely moments where Henry's crawling along the ground, giving us some 90s music video angst. We have the 2 dancers come on whose styling I think is so brilliant. They're like denim chiclets compared to their denim eagle mother. The hair, the curtain's hair is just like a small touch, which I think is fantastic. The big oversized TLC jeans. There's just so many small things here which are really thoughtful. And this is the thing I think that shows that Teemu's visual artistry is that he's thought about so many different things. The videography of the transitions from one part to the next. We're going through different tableaus, different stages of the song. We have the dancers enter. We have the bit with the producer. We have moving down the runway and coming back. And we have some final bits where they're kind of moving around, giving us some 90s vibes. It's just got a beginning, a middle, and the end. So it's just really thoughtfully done. And then the ultimate wow moment where he finds his denim shorts, because up until then he's quite naked. He finds his shorts, they come down from the sky, they set it up and he spins around with the glitter coming out. It's just brilliant. It's really, 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 really great. But this is like very planned, thoughtful, like successful humor, in my opinion. And that's going to be wow moment. That's going to be the recap that everyone sees. That's going to go viral. People are going to be sharing this. It's going to get a lot of attention, which is one of the ingredients that you need to be successful in Eurovision, is people to even notice you and want to watch your 3-minute performance in the first place. But the overall emotion of the staging for me is just joy. This is 3 minutes of escapism, happiness, forgetting all your problems. You're definitely not thinking about anything else when you're watching these 3 minutes of crazy, insane, manic chaos with a 90s bop in this denim nightmare. So let's talk a little bit about the song and the lyric. So I actually think that this is a catchy song. I think it gets stuck in your head. I think it's got a 90s feel, which I really appreciate, because we have so many people doing the 80s sound, the Dua Lipa. We have so many people doing disco, 70s feel. We have people unintentionally giving us songs from the noughties and the tens when they give us dated pop. We don't really have anyone giving us a 90s feel, and this sounds very 90s for me. The production of the song, and then lyrically as well. Look, I'm not saying this is the best song ever, but I do listen to this. I've downloaded it and I've already listened to it quite a bit. It's a great song when you're in the gym, even when I'm just walking about. It's kind of carefree and dumb, but not everything has to be an existential crisis. Let's look a little bit at the lyric. I don't think anybody is going to read these lyrics and move to Bhutan and join a monastery and completely just change their entire life. That's not the purpose of the song. It's not meant to give you some epiphany. There's a small amount of meaning to the song. I'm not saying they're totally meaningless. There is a theme of be free, stop thinking about what people say about you, kind of let loose a little bit. And we can see that in the staging. The lyrics match up with what's happening on the staging of just chaos and being yourself, finding your true self, which is your denim shorts that you wear, and then you spin around with glitter coming out because you are your true self. It's not a very, very deep meaning. I like the way the lyrics mock bad lyric writing. I've talked a lot this season about how bad some of the lyrics that we get in the national final season are. For example, this lyric, in the heat of the night, in the thrill of the fight, I don't care what's wrong or right. That's making fun of bad lyrics. Like, that is purposefully bad, particularly the I don't care what's wrong or right. That's just a cliche lyric that's used a lot in English language songs. Same with heat of the night. And then these things like rhyming night and fight and right. Same with rhyming fire, desire, higher, spread my wings and go higher. These type of like cliches are being referenced to. So there's a self-awareness here mocking these goofy lyrics that we often had in the 90s. So I like that. It's nostalgic for me. So let's talk a little bit about the community reaction to this, because it's been very polarizing. There are people who really enjoy this, and there's other people who are calling this a joke entry. I'm definitely on this side of the fence. I think there is a place for humor in music. I talked about in my initial reaction about Lonely Island, who's one of my favorite musical artists I listen to who deal with humor music. And you can mix humor into music with funny lyrics, funny gags, and still have a good song as well. I do think you still need to have like an entertaining melody. And I think that this does bring out, I think it does have a decent melody. It's not the most incredible song in the world, but I think it's a competent song and it is catchy. I have to admit, I have used the term joke entry in the past. I don't use it anymore because I find it quite dismissive, and I think it's a little bit reductive as well. Just like boiling this down to just being a joke because there's humor in it. At the end of the day, this has got a lot of thought into it. Like the amount of planning going into the storyboard, the visuals, like building that denim egg, like even just making that denim jacket that he's wearing, the dancers, the organization, the movement throughout the thing. This is planned. Like, this is not just someone taking the piss who doesn't care about Eurovision. Like, there's a lot of organization here that many other entries don't have. We have so many songs which are literally one person standing on the stage with some lines behind them. They're just singing about fire and desire, and they've just got on a random suit or dress. And those get a pass for some reason, but this is quite complex. There's a lot of things going on. The storytelling, the shorts coming down, the glitter coming out, and there's a little bit of choreography. I'm not saying it's the most complex staging in the world, but there's thought and effort gone into here. Millennials like me and anyone of an older generation can get a lot of the visual and sonic references, and this is very nostalgic and funny. So not everybody's gonna get it, and that's fine, but I do think there's some people like who don't get it and then are just like really hating on this. There's also a storyline of this is a joke entry and this is what casual fans see and make fun of the contest for. I also used to care what casuals thought about the contest, but my opinion on that has changed a lot in recent years. I think if somebody sees the Eurovision final with 26 amazing songs and they see one of them has a little bit of humor, a little bit of goofiness, like Let 3 last year, and then because of that one act, they dismiss everyone. They say this whole contest is a joke. It's all stupid just because of one song. I think that person's got a crappy attitude that they're just dismissing 25 other songs. There's plenty of quality in ballads and upbeat bops and rock and all different types of music in the final. I think once you stop caring about these people's opinions, you'll just enjoy the contest more. Instead of worrying about being ashamed of these people who just don't care about the contest, F them. Just let them live in their miserable, cynical world. So before we talk about how this will do in Eurovision, let's talk a little bit about Finland in the contest. So as you may know, I've spoken a bit on this channel about Finland's recent renaissance, which started in 2020 when they brought in Tapio Hakkanen, DJ Orchidea. I'm not saying it was all him. I presume he got a team with him, but he basically changed things up with UMK. He reinvented it a little bit. I don't know what he said or did, but he's managed to start pulling in these more established artists, increasing the quality of UMK. They've got this 7-song format, which has become really quite iconic. You know, 2020, they chose a great entry, which unfortunately couldn't go. Axel, 21, Blind Channel coming 6th, 22, Rasmus, Still a really great entry. I think it came 21st in the final, but qualified. That was their second qualification in a row. In 23, obviously, Kaya Cha 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 coming second. So 2 top 6 finishes in the last 3 years. Keep in mind, Finland have only been in the top 2 of Eurovision twice, when they won in 2006 and with Kaya. So Finland really very, very rarely getting in the top 3. Finland's absolutely gone through a massive revamp, and the excitement for them every year now is really palpable. It's one of the most anticipated national finals. I think people's expectations are getting really, really, really high, because even though this year's national final was incredible, some people were still disappointed. I thought that show on Saturday was amazing. I thought all 7 acts looked super cool. So many of the artists elevated with their staging. Very entertaining show. Okay, so with that in mind, let's talk a little bit about how this will do in the Eurovision. So first of all, let's talk about the televote, which is associated with qualification. Is this going to qualify? This is going to qualify like 1,000,000%. This is a televote dream. It's funny, it's entertaining, it's grabbing. People are going to watch it, even if they don't enjoy it. People are going to watch it. I think a couple of people are going to watch this in the semis, voted into the final, and then in the final they're going to have the song stuck in their head, and that's going to be even more viral. At this point in time, with all the songs that we have in semi-final number 1, I think it's between this and Ukraine to win the semi-final, and we currently have 3 of the songs in the second half of semi-final number 1. Tali from Luxembourg, Veronica from Slovenia, and this. At this point in time, this is closing the show. Now, maybe some future songs might come and take the place, but this closing the show probably could win the semi-final. Again, not too sure about Ukraine. It depends how what their staging looks like. In the final, I think it's a contender to win the televote. I'm not saying it definitely will. It depends a bit on draw, who else is there. You know, for example, if Estonia are there with 5 minutes to pull up, that's also a Nordic, funny, humor bop. Obviously, the more of these humor songs that there are in the final, they're going to start eating into each other's points. So it's too early to say could this win, but I think it's a contender. What about the jury? Well, I don't think the jury is going to be as delicious a score as the televote is. So of course the juries aren't in the semi-finals, but they are in the final. I don't think this will get 0 points, because I showed in my analysis of the jury video that I did last year, go check that out if you haven't seen it already. In the 2023 edition, if any juror put a song in their top 3, there was a 97% chance that that song would get points. So if I'm on the Irish jury, I love Finland, I put it 3rd, there's a 97% chance that Finland will get at least 1 jury point from Ireland, even if the other 4 juries put it quite low. That is the power of this new weighting system curve that they have, where there's a bigger emphasis given towards songs that people like, rather than people being able to drag songs down. So all it takes is a couple of jurors to put this in their top 3, and this will get a few points. At this point in time, again, we only have 13 songs. I would guess this would get maybe like 20 to 40 jury points. We did see that the UK gave it 12. By the way, this is 100% getting 12 points from the UK and Ireland. This is totally the thing that the Irish and UK televote love. And if it's not 12, it's going to be 10, because we don't know what else is coming up, but top 3. So with that in mind, the televote and the jury score, can this win? Well, some people seem to think so, because this is currently 8th in the odds. I don't think this can win. I really just don't see any way this can win. With its televote, I think, yeah, definitely this can be contended to be top 3 in the televote, which is definitely a very important first step to winning. I cannot see the jury score being high enough to win. And if you look at Kaya last year, who had a much more kind of like respectable, quote unquote, performance, you know, there wasn't really any jokes in that. There was humor in the performance, but it was serious. And Kaya ended up coming 4th in the jury and still didn't win. I can't see this coming anywhere close to Kaya's jury score at all. I don't know, maybe it might surprise me, but I think at this point in time, I don't have information right now that would lead me to believe that the jury is going to love this. You can't come like 15th in the jury and then win. One potential thing that could happen is if this gets a lot of hype and a lot of popularity, you might see the jury starting to cave a little bit. You know, there's kind of public pressure to like something, and they see that it's high in the odds. Maybe they might comply and give it a little bit more points. I still just don't see how this can get enough jury points to win. But people are betting on it. You know, better to bet on it now when you've got good odds rather than later on. But then it brings up the conversation like, is it all about winning? No, if this wins the televote or comes 2nd or 3rd in the televote, compared to where Finland used to be, where they totally sucked and had awful results, being top 3 in the televote for the 2nd year in a row is really, really, really amazing. So there are other victories other than holding the trophy. Top 3 in the televote. Qualifying for the 4th year in a row for Finland is amazing, concerning where they used to be. Having a song that people love and whose performance brings a lot of joy to people all over Europe, that's also a victory of sorts. So yeah, there's lots of other mini quests that can be completed other than winning Eurovision. And speaking of the Eurovision fandom, where is this in the Eurovision rankings? Well, unfortunately, it hasn't been the most warmly received. It is currently 12th out of 13 songs, only above Albania, which is being revamped. And it's also below Malta and Czechia, which may also be revamped as well. So yeah, not doing great in the scoreboard. To be honest, I wouldn't put too much weight on that. Like I said, there has been a lot of kind of like anti-joke entry sentiment towards this. Also keep in mind that Sara Sipala was very, very popular and she had some beautiful staging, and I think a lot of people are disappointed about that, and it'll take a little bit of time to process that, because at the end of the day, Sara Sipala isn't going because of Windows95man. So I think a lot of people are looking at them as kind of the enemy right now, and there's a very stark contrast between the two songs as well. You've got this extremely vulnerable, serious song where she's pouring her heart out in Finnish, and then we've got this kind of humor 90s bop with denim jeans and spinning glitter. Not serious song has taken her place. So yeah, there's an element of people thinking that Windows95man is not worthy and doesn't deserve to be there over something more serious. At the end of the day, the UMK system is 75% televote, 25% jury. Everybody knew that before the contest started. I think there needs to be a little bit more acceptance of, you can't just fiddle the jury and televote to suit your favorite with each contest. I thought Sarah did an incredible job, by the way, in getting so many televote points for Ballad. I thought that was really amazing, and she was my number one of the night. But Windows95man is who Finland chose, and they're totally entitled to choose whoever the hell they want. Like I said, it's not just about winning. Maybe Finnish people want to have something that's fun, that they're looking forward to watching, that's entertaining. Currently in the Eurovision community, it's 12th. I think it will go up a little bit, but I think there's some people who part of their identity of this season is going to be hating on this. Some people in the Eurovision community just like hating stuff. That's like their thing, is they like having an enemy of sorts to target, and this is going to be the target for some people. Windows95man, it'll just be like water off an eagle's back. He's just going to do his thing. Okay, so that's what I thought about Windows95man singing No Rules. I'm sure that you've got an opinion. Let me know in the comment section down below. How do you think this will do in the jury? How many jury points do you think this will get? Leave your score down below. That's assuming it makes the final. Do you think it's going to make the final? Thank you so much to Elski and Reese for supporting me on Buy Me a Coffee. No new donations on PayPal, but you can support the channel there too as well. I'll leave links for you in the description. And of course, thank you to my patrons all over the world for patronizing the channel. On my Patreon, you can get the original audio or visuals when they get copyrighted. You can also get some updates on the channel, some early releases. You can be part of our My Eurovision Scoreboard group. So go check that out if you're a fan. But of course, thank you so much just for watching, and maybe leaving a like and maybe sharing that video. And thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in another Eurovision analysis video very soon. Goodbye.